Hey people, Teflon here, and we're just gonna continue with Cyclonials. Don't remember what exactly happened last time. I think police came. Okay, hold on. Actually, let's go back one. Okay, yeah, they're just doing a stream now. So she is doing a live stream. Don't know if it. I think it's just gonna pass right over it. Yep, not gonna show us the stream. You both carefully study the aftermath of your clown gender stream for the rest of the day. As expected, the Discord is popping off, or discourse is popping off. Passionate discussion flares up, resulting in a great many truly awful takes, whereas others begin enthusiastically plotting themselves somewhere on your clown gender pyramid. All the most dedicated Jubilites vibe with the material instantly and update their clown sodas accordingly. You know, I just want to say, I'm like, honestly, alright, so there's a lot of things where I worry, but honestly, I'm digging associating socialism with clowns. Just kind of puts things, just kind of, you know, puts a whole lot of things down there. Socialism and justifying stealing from people, even super rich people who I think most people don't really care too much about. You know, stealing wealth is evil, and yeah, they're clowns. All in all, you consider it a very successful installment of your serialized manifesto, and you celebrate this with your friend in the customary manner, by continuing to loot her parents' supply of preposterously expensive wine. Abby, I have bad news. What? We ran out of wine that costs over $10,000. Oh no! Had to get this one off the fucking bargain shelf. It's only $8,000 according to the web. Well, I guess we'll have to make do with this swill tonight. Unbelievable. Forced to live like common peasants. That's fine. We can rough it for a little while until our Pranksa ship comes in. Maybe we should debrief on all that tonight. Yeah, it's easy to lose track of our business objectives when everyone's in such a frenzy over clown gender. The reception to my gender pyramid couldn't possibly be better. The discourse is exquisite, much more satisfying than this discount piss wine for beggars. So, where are we with this? Are you still seducing my mom? Yeah, I'm this close to getting her to want a divorce. Just needs another push or two. How are things going with your dad? Good. I've certainly been talking to him a lot more frequently than he's ever come to expect, which has actually made pulling the strings a lot easier. He's so delighted to be hearing from me often. I think it's made him a lot more willing to believe the stuff I'm saying. Almost makes me feel bad, kinda. Don't feel bad. Remember, these are bad people, actually. Oh, I know. It's hard to forget that, since the role-playing I've been doing has been making me feel pretty gross. Role-playing? Yeah, I've gone really hard in the direction of acting like I've taken a sudden conservative turn in my beliefs. Lol. I mean, I still keep it believable. I still say I hate Trump and talk a lot of shit about Biden too, because he's obviously a rapist. He gets a kick out of it when I rant like that, because it wasn't even that long ago he hated Biden too. Before he started giving him millions of dollars, I mean. Yeah, looks like he's got a new crush. Your dad ex-Biden. Sounds like an especially torrid old man yaoi fic. Ugh, no. But also, yeah, pretty much. So like, I just go on like that. I barely even talk about Bitcoin anymore. That approach is too ham-fisted. It just makes it obvious I have some weird agenda after a while. Instead, I spend a lot of time trashing our fans, calling them like gullible socialist simps who hate America. Well, that is basically what they are. It just so happens they're right to feel that way. Yeah, I just do a lot of sneering at their liberal bullshit, as if my experiences with the fans have really opened my eyes towards sensible conservative thinking. See, the trick is to just take all the shitty things he ever said about politics and, like, repackage those statements in my own voice and say it all back to him. You think it would be suspicious, me suddenly flipping on a bunch of political stuff we used to argue about? I just know how he thinks. He loves hearing it, so he wants to believe it's true. Or like it just confirms his biases, you know? He just assumes I'm growing up, dispensing with my childish political beliefs and becoming the responsible heiress he always wanted me to be. This is genius. You are literally the CEO of fucking Pranksis right now. I feel like a silly baby toying with your mother's heart. No, your angle is so good, and God knows they need a divorce. You're helping them, actually. Yeah, they also have too much money, which turned them into shitheads. So we're doing them a favor by taking it, really. Oh, absolutely. I think I'm about to hit a wall, though. There are diminishing returns when it comes to email seduction. Like, she obviously doesn't suspect that at all that this isn't the real guy she's talking to. It's just I start running out of ammo with the sexting shit. It gets repetitive, and there's no way to up the ante, because it's not like I can call her. Maybe what you need is a voice actor to play his part. It can really be any dude who's willing to bullshit through a fake affair as a rich Republican donor. Even someone much younger, like one of our simps maybe? It would have to be someone who wouldn't mind becoming deeply complicit in crypto fraud. That probably describes like half our followers? What? Or maybe it could be someone who already is complicit, even if he doesn't know it yet. You open your previous DM with Percy and pick up where you left off with your drunken conversation, like barely a day has gone by. This time you make sure your flirtation is considerably less hostile, which he appears to appreciate. He's more than appreciative, actually. His instincts as a devoted simp seem to be in overdrive now, considering how much clout you've accumulated since you last spoke. You must feel quite special, given that you had given that he had a chance to speak with you when you only had a meager following of 1,000 people. This special feeling of elite ground floor access to you is a factor you can easily work to your advantage. By now, you doubt there's much you could ask of him that he wouldn't leap at the opportunity to help you with. And as a dedicated fan of your content, he should be more than thrilled to participate in a scheme which is such a quintessential act of Pranksis. Man, got a feel for Percy here. Like, there's somebody that I used to work with a bit called Aiden Paladin. She's a social scientist. She does some videos. She is a bit conservative, which is kind of funny because I've never been conservative, but hey, you know, weird shit happens. But I found her when she was only around 2,000 followers, and we just kind of clicked for a while. And ever since she shot off, she's been really fucking busy. But we still talk from time to time. And I swear, if she fucking messaged me on Discord one day and just said, hey, you want to do like a whole series of videos with me or something? You know, I'd probably be really down for it. But, you know, that's just doing videos and stuff on YouTube, isn't it? Like, at least there's one thing that I guess you can communicate pretty faithfully across the board, is that whether you're friends or not, anyone's gonna jump at the chance to work with somebody who has a larger audience. Because everyone wants a fucking signal boost. Anyway. Yep. You consider how many simps would kill for a chance to be in his shoes, or if not literally commit a murder, then to at least be framed for one. You decide not to mention your troubles with the law just yet, let alone the fact that you arbitrarily decided to implicate him in the slaying of a police officer. That would really kill the mood. It could also overwhelm him when you really need his wits as sharp as possible, so he can play the role of a wealthy suitor to a middle-aged billionaire woman. After all the flirtatious pleasantries are over, you and Abby retire to the living room as you continue walking him through the play. So, just to be clear, are you asking me to call your friend's mother and engage in various forms of amorous banter? Yeah, but Jesus purse. You're gonna have to turn on the charm a little better than that. Okay, I believe I can do that. Remember a few weeks ago when you slid into my DMs and started hitting on me? Well, I'm not sure I was like... I mean, don't get me wrong, I think you're cool, and god damn it, Purse, you were a very thirsty boy that night. Don't fuck with me on this. I know an eager simp when I see one. Your move worked, didn't it? Here I am talking to you again, asking you to help us out with some super important critical mission critical shit. So it's time to stop doubting yourself. You clearly have some killer Chad instincts or whatever, which even you don't fully grasp yet. Wow. So, now I just need you to help the movement by channeling that sick Chad energy toward a rich woman who is extremely lonely and horny. I'll do my best. But aside from participating in a series of sexually charged conversations with this woman, I'm not sure what else to say exactly. I don't have the context for their previous interactions or know anything about the character I'm supposed to be playing. Don't worry about that. I'll send you copies of all the email chains. I can also send you all the info I have on this guy. He's just some rich douche who gives Republicans a lot of money. She's met the guy once or twice, but otherwise never encounters him, except for these fake emails I've been throwing at her. Yes, research material will be very helpful. Please send me everything you have. Purse, this is fucking amazing of you. It takes some real balls to do this. I hope you know how much I appreciate it. It's no problem, really. It sounds fun, and I'm happy to help. Maybe after you've made some progress with our mark, you can hop a ferry over here. I mean, for real this time. Sorry if it sounded like I was fucking with you about that last time. No, it's okay. Sure, I'd love to. All I'm saying is, life on the island gets kind of lonely, you know? Like, real lonely. The pandemic isn't helping much either. Feels like an eternity since I socialized, if you know what I mean. Yeah, I do. It's been quite some time since I had any company outside of work, I mean. Just let me know when you'd like me to come, I'll be there. Ah. Oh yeah, that cool purse, gotta go, bye. Yep, there we go. Abby, I don't think it's okay, I'm sorry, maybe I shouldn't, no, it's fine. I don't want to hurt your feelings. It just seems like a bad idea. I just got carried away. I know you're not into me that way. I'm sorry, it's not that, it's just... You don't have to apologize. You're straight, I get it. I know that sometimes, I know that I'm just too pushy sometimes. No, it's not like, I'm not even that straight. I don't think you really understand me. I'd like to. Abby, you're like the only person in the world I actually care about. And all that, like what we just almost did, for me, that's not IDK. It's certainly not about affection. It's more like a weapon. Oh, that sounds sad? Look at what I was just doing with Percy. This guy probably doesn't really deserve any of this. You were just having some fun with him. And he likes it. It's so obvious that being able to help you out is like the best thing that's ever happened to him. Abby, I fucking framed him for cop murder. Okay, yes, that was pretty bad, but you just panicked when talking to some cops. We can figure out how to deal with that. It wasn't like sending his photo was the result of some diabolical sex con. You just fucked up, that's all. Yeah, but it only happened because that was the day I began messing with him. Look, all I'm saying is, I'm kind of fucked up about this subject. And no matter what happens, I don't want to feel like I'm using that particular weapon against you. Does that make sense? Totally. I have to piss. We really flew through the dollar store wine tonight, didn't we? Lol, yeah. Shit. I got nothing to say. I'd like to say some shit, but I don't know what to say. Guess it's just some shit, right? Oh boy. Looks like the police are catching on a bit. Shit, nothing to say about it, you know? There's obviously some, wait, interlude 2? I don't remember interlude 1. Oh wait, yes I do. Interlude 1 was after jumping, or driving the car into the water. Okay. What's interlude 2 gonna be like? Uh-oh. Looks like the authorities are finally closing in. You knew this was coming, right? You've been sloppy, Jen. You set up a shoddy alibi, pinned the shit on an innocent simp for some reason, and started babbling to a first responder about the witness protection program, for God's sake. Lol, we're not exactly dealing with a master criminal here, but I will say this much. We are dealing with a criminal who's got guts. And wherever there exist people with guts, there exist people who stand a chance. It took guts to dump that car in the Sound. It took guts to play it cool and start a kick-ass media empire out of the house of a highly visible internet celebrity. And it'll take even more guts to manage a brand with 1 million followers while you're a wanted felon making national headlines. So maybe it's time to put those guts to use. Maybe you're ready to make a real choice. You could always delete your account and pretend this never happened. That'd probably save you a ton of trouble. Or you could charge full steam ahead. Fuck the news, fuck the haters, and fuck the police. There isn't a force in heaven or earth that could slow your brand down now. So what'll it be, Jen? Well, I have a feeling this is gonna be another totally worthless option, because this isn't Homestuck. But we're gonna go against the grain and just say, hey, delete your account. Whoops, okay, this is my fault. I knew damn well this wouldn't work. If I'm being totally honest, I just wanted to say hello again. To remind you that I exist, to remind you what the stakes are. The facts have remained unchanged, though. The ability to make meaningful choices in this story are still only allowed to be unlocked by a true successor. And that still ain't you. But it does look like you're making some progress, so don't give up hope just yet. I think the thing of true successor is going to be like second playthrough. Like literally, you're a successor to the first playthrough of the story. I'll check back in on you soon enough. Just keep doing whatever it is you're doing. Well, what if I load that there? Right? Yeah, it's not, yeah, it's just the same thing. So, yeah. And I think we both know what that's going to be, Jen. Or be, lol. Because you're a fighter, Jen. That's what I love about you. A symbol of strength. I'm catching up. Chapter 5 just came out the other day, apparently. 2 weeks later. As an outlaw in the national spotlight, you've had to adapt your lifestyle over the last couple weeks. You can only assume the police have been keeping an eye on Abby's house. Rather than trap yourself in your studio around the clock, you've worked out a means of getting outside while staying under the radar. You slip out the back and head toward the beach. Abby was kind enough to provide you with her most expensive vehicle, the 2017 Bentley Continental, parked about 5 minutes down the coast. It's the least she could do, you think, given the life of austerity you've been otherwise forced to live as a fugitive. Soon enough, you'll need some automotive mobility for practical purposes. But for now, it's good just to get out of the house and drive, so you can think. So much has happened in the past couple weeks, it's hard to keep track of it all, but you guess that's just life now. Okay, see, Jen, trying to leave the house, what you need to do is you need to start going out in different makeup. You need to make sure you wear your COVID-19 authorized face mask of some sort. You have to do your makeup a little bit differently. And for fuck's sake, tie your hair up and put on a wig of some sort. Or, not tie your hair up, but do the whole net thing and then put on a wig. Now, I've seen a lot of cosplayers who have naturally long or normally long hair. You really need to find a different look. You cannot go out looking like yourself. A little time alone behind the wheel of a luxury vehicle should help you organize your thoughts. Since you've relaunched your brand, never in your wildest dreams did you imagine having more followers than Abby, let alone leapfrogging over her so quickly. Her following has been ticking up steadily too, but it's nothing compared to the rate of your fandom's growth. Because you are the star of this circus, and now even Abby's fanbase has to admit she's become a close orbiting satellite to your brand, rather than the other way around, as it once was. Something about the chaotic energy of the Jubilite craze, combined with the drama of the dead cop scandal, has resulted in transforming your social media presence into phenomenon status. The media has become obsessed. It's fascinating to many for its unusual and incendiary ideological focus, and just as captivating to others for resembling a slow-motion train wreck. There is a sense among your millions of new followers that the more sensational criminal elements surrounding the daily drama of your brand will only get worse, and people are here for it. You adamantly deny the accusations, of course, and expertly weave these denunciations into your performance to magnify the attention of your accounts. Or to your accounts. Oops. Since the natural targets of your screeds are the corrupt government, corporations, and the police forces around the nation, which only serve to protect their power and wealth, it's been pretty easy to conjure a narrative framing these accusations as an attempt by powerful forces to silence you. By the looks of it, most of your followers are willing to believe your denunciations, and not many of them were big fans of law enforcement to begin with anyway. It's just more fuel for your showmanship. A story that's easy to sell to a hungry crowd. Almost as easy to sell as Abby's parents have been on your recent pranksters efforts. On that front, it's been like shooting fish in a barrel. Abby has her dad deeply concerned about market volatility and selling off huge amounts of stock to buy Bitcoin, which he then enthusiastically funnels into your spoof wallet. You and Percy have been working her mom, who's been doing the same thing with a totally separate spoof wallet unbeknownst to her husband, in anticipation of carving out a portion of their assets, which she can make off with after the imminent divorce. Every time they make new deposits, you're sure to quickly reroute those funds to offshore accounts under your control. Meanwhile, you maintain fake back-end sites for them to look at, which makes it appear their deposits are still secure. They're both so caught up in the process, it hasn't even occurred to them to wonder if they're being robbed. Percy's been an invaluable accessory to the ruse. He now needs minimal instruction to play the role of Abby's mom's lover. They exchange racy photos and sext messages frequently between their phone calls. You've had a lot of fun photoshopping the head of the man she believes she's talking to onto body shots sourced from amateur porn. You get some pretty steamy pics back from her in return, but you spare Abby the trauma of sharing those with her. Percy has made plans to come to the island tomorrow to help out with some new projects you're working on. Having another set of hands will be helpful as you move into more ambitious phases of your brand's development, especially while you're trying to keep a low profile. Of course, it's nagging at you that the police have his photo. You still haven't told him. You just can't seem to find the right moment. It would be such a downer having to explain something like that when you're both having such a good time swindling billionaires. You'll get around to it someday. Besides, he knows perfectly well you're connected to a murder in the news, and now he must know how deeply implicated he is in a fraud scheme as well. No matter what you have or haven't told him, he has to understand the truth. There's no going back. For old time's sake, you head down the street of your apartment. You haven't seen the place in weeks, not since the night this all began. No squad cars anywhere, not surprising, since they've probably taken all the evidence they need from your place already. You suppose that means there's no reason to even try entering anymore. All your stuff, your beloved posters, liquor bottles, and nasty macaroni pots, it's all probably in an evidence room somewhere by now. You never liked the place much, but it's still sad to think that chapter of your life is over for good. You head back to the remote parking lot Abby found for you and begin your shoreline trek back to your hideout. You're in no hurry. The scenic walk gives you more time to think about the big plans you have brewing and the preposterous amount of newfound financial flexibility you have to put them into motion. If only Percy knew what you really had in store for him on this island. Abby, too, for that matter. It's better to reveal your more ambitious ideas to people in smaller doses. I think that's where I'm going to stop this. All I can possibly say is, Abby, I do not think your father would be very proud of you. For now, that's it. The story itself is very compelling. It's interesting. It's very Andrew Hussie, but I cannot bring myself to like any of the characters or who they are. They're just fucking awful. It's and I don't know. I don't know if this is, again, I cannot for the life of me tell if Andrew Hussie believes some of the things that he narrates for Jen, or if he's just had so much exposure to socialists, like extremist socialists, that he understands exactly how they think. But he's really highlighting a lot of he's really doing a good job at highlighting a lot of the rich people aren't real humans rhetoric that goes around. And the reason I say, like, I know this shit because I was a communist when I was 18. Like, I straight up believed all of the same shit that she's thinking through her brain. That all of the thoughts that are going through her think pan. That shit was cemented in my head when I was younger. Rich people aren't real people. They aren't human. They're subhuman. Don't empathize with the rich. The rich are evil. It's okay to steal from the rich, just on merit of them being rich. Because communism and socialism tells you that you cannot legitimately make that much money. Like, communism and socialism as ideologies just straight up tell you that any amount of wealth in excess is unjustly gained, thus creating an innate jealousy of those who are more successful than you. And it's so infuriating, and it triggers me so hard. Ugh, okay, I'm done with this for now. I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a fantastic day, and I love you all.